Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's live conversation. I'm so excited to have you here for this amazing talk. Well, today I have a special guest, and our topic today is about raising authentic and confident children to unlock a child's potential through child's thoughts and potential. My apologies. Today's my guest is Coach Beijing. Hi, Beijing. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I am beyond wonderful. How are you?
I am so good. This is something I've been looking forward to. I was like, I know when we get onto this live, this is just going to be a sparks of magic. So you're everyone who's watching this right now, live on replay, you're in for a treat.
I'm excited. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so grateful to be in the same space as you, Raimonda. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You're such a world changer, game changer in what you do. And I remember the first time we met a few months ago, I was just blown away, not only just by your story, but the work and the passion, the energy that you bring into every room.
Wow.
And I just think you're such an inspiration for young people and adults alike. So if you're watching this, I want you to put in the chat and let me know where in the world you are and perhaps what inspires you to keep going every day. So my guest today is Beijing Rodgers, who is in the beautiful island and nation of Bahamas. Her life's work and legacy are focused on creating thriving spaces for youth leadership, empowerment, and development. And this is achieved through her youth-led non-profit organization. It's called IoT. It's Your Turn, which started at the age of 12 through her own life purpose coaching called Coaching with Fishing. So I'm excited to have you here. Why are we having this conversation today? Why is this such an important topic about empowering youth today?
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Raimonda. Thank you for that. I'll pay you later for saying those kind things. But why are we having the conversation of youth empowerment today? I mean, is there any other conversation that is more important? For me personally, young people are the future. What we sow into them now is what the world becomes later. So if we're sowing the worst of the worst, then good luck with the world that we're going to get 50, 100, 200 years from now. And so for me, it's always been my calling to start at the root. And in the root to make this world a better place is the child. And so that is why I have dedicated my small 20 something year old life, to youth because I believe it is young people who are going to change the world.
Wow, I love it. What has been your own experience that perhaps sparked this passion in you?
Yeah, so I'm going to start all the way to when I was 4 years old. When I was 4 years old, I like to say that I entered the workforce and I went on a mission trip to a very impoverished community in the Dominican Republic, and I handed out crayons and built construction schools, and as much as I could do as a 4 years old. But I did that for 2 decades. So just imagine being in the most impoverished places around the world and seeing these young people who you're serving every day for the 2 weeks, and just thinking, sorry, what? That doesn't add up. How is it possible that me as a child, teenager, young adult has like everything that I need and all my basic necessities, but these young people, they don't have pretty much anything, no access to running water, education, food on the table. That didn't sit well with me. And so that's where it began.
Wow. So what did you do next? You started a non-profit organization at the age of 12. How amazing. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, what? Hold on. I don't know what I was doing at 12 years old, but definitely not thinking about setting up non-profits.
Oh man, Raimonda. You are something else. You are correct. This is true. So when I was so Right? Okay, we're 12. We're what are we like when we're 12 years old, right? I am a very wild child, climbing trees, winning games. But on top of that, I knew deep, deep, deep down that the world needed help. And I wanted to be one of those persons that helped it. And so it all began when my mother sat my sister and I down saying, girls, if you could figure out God's will for your life, then you're living. So as a 10-year-old, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do what my mom says. I'm going to pray, ask God for what his will for my life is, because then I'll be living my best life ever. And so then 2 years later, at 12 years old, October 27th, 2007, I heard God speak to me and say, Beijing, I want you to lead the youth. As a youth, I was like, huh? And so I knew it wasn't me, because why would I harbor those thoughts, right? Why would I even think I'm capable of leading youth as a youth? But that's the beautiful thing of it all. God calls us in our incapabilities and imperfection so he can show your his greatness through you and what he can do. And so that's when I was like, Mom, why don't I start a nonprofit organization? And she's like, what is happening? And I was like, Mom, come on. Like, he spoke, I need to take action. And so we were thinking about a name. And she came up with It's Our Time. And I said, it's our turn. It's our turn. And so this year we are celebrating 16 years. Could you imagine? I'm barely 16. I'm just kidding. But 16 years of youth activism, leadership, empowerment, and development here in the Bahamas. And we have done some work in different countries around the world. But the whole premise is we do not have to wait. We don't have to wait to help make the world a better place. We can start now. Therefore, it's our turn to stop the cycle of poverty, stop the cycle of teen pregnancies, stop the cycle of bullying, stop the cycle that is happening within our young people today, and start the spiral. Starting the spiral begins with one heart changed and a invested relationship with first yourself, with Jesus, with your community, and eventually we got the world, and then we can make the whole world a better place. So yeah.
Oh my God, like I'm tearing up. I've got goosebumps that are running down me. I was like, this is so powerful. And even just yesterday, I was talking to my Uber driver about his work and like, just doing football academies. And I think there's so many people who wanting to see a better world, but perhaps we don't know where to begin, or we don't know how can we start something. And there you are, 12 years old girl. You're like, hey, I'm gonna go take over the world. And 16 years later, you're celebrating an anniversary for something that has been such an impactful work. So,
Mm,
I mean, for those
that's
of you watching this on a replay or live, please share something in the chat and let us know, how did that make you feel? And
mm.
what role can we play? Whether we have children or we don't, what is the role that we can play in making a better world through youth empowerment?
Such a great and needed question. So we all know that children has a parents, right? They have parents, they grew up into this world. But to be honest, that's not enough. So what is the role that you can play? To raise a child takes more than just parents. It takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes everyone. So whether it's um, their teacher, their aunt or uncle, their Sunday school leader, a mentor, their coach in athletics, we all have a role to play in the development of a child, because just the same negativity that we have going up here with, I don't know how I'm going to get out of bed today. I don't have good thoughts today. I don't want to go to work today. This person is bothering me today. All those negative thoughts that we have up here, just imagine how much those thoughts are running through the heads of our children because they grew up in a society with a technological device from when they were born. It is shoved in their face. They have access to anything for 24/7, and everything has access to them 24/7. When you and I growing up, we know what it's like to play, sweat, buck a knee, bleed, all that good stuff, right? They're growing up with this thing that is telling them how they should live their lives through comparisons with their body image, with their personality, the type of friends they should have. When no, man, it does not come from that. It comes from the home. And then it extended, it comes from the persons in their village to build good character because that's where it is, man. That's where it is, character. And what we're missing in our children, especially due to the pandemic, is character for them to raise up, to have good social skills, good communication skills. You need some good character to do that, you know? But it's just being they're falling through the cracks, and I, for one, I can't let that happen. And for those of you watching, I hope you can let that happen. And so the next young person in your life, whether that's your niece, your child, your student, somebody at church, somebody on the street, I don't know, invest in them. Give them a word. They need a good, encouraging word. Say, you got this. You got this. You can do it. Don't just let your circumstances determine who you're going to be. No, rise above. I'm watching you. I'm for you. And if I can, I'm here to hold your hand through it. So let me stop talking.
No, but it's true, I think especially during the pandemic, because as people were locked up so long and,
Mm,
I've noticed in with my own needs, just having that fear of having the socializing and just developing these skills and going out. So there's been a big withdrawal in those few years that, some things have changed in the world. And we have to make sure that these children are empowered, strong to stand on their own 2 feet and speak their mind, speak their truth. I feel like confidence is something we really need to inspire in our children more, belief in them, just I say that just the skills, practice, giving them opportunities to practice. If you have a workplace and you can create some work placements for these children to go and learn or take part in some camps or sponsor a child, whatever it is that
yes,
you can do something, and leadership starts at home. And
right.
I think in general, we need more examples and great examples like yourself, Vision. Just examples of leadership and
Mm.
support, mentorship. I think that's what the youth really, really needs, and you're doing it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you, Ramonda. Thank you. I felt that. I felt that. Yes, thank you. In this line of work, um, congratulations and stuff aren't as frequent, but I'm at the point where, you know, the congratulations isn't as important than it is for what you're talking about, investing, getting started. Okay, you see us online. What are you going to do with what was said? You're going to continue to scroll and look at the next video or photo, or are you going to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what am I going to do for the next generation? What can I do? And there are thousands of things you can do if you sit with yourself and ask yourself that question, you know?
And how important it is to unlock our children's potential. I mean, there's endless opportunities. And today, as we're talking about raising authentic and confident children,
Mm.
but really, how can we unlock the child's thoughts? As this is what we're talking about, unlocking the child's thoughts to full potential. How can we start to unlock what is the magic and the potential that's lying in our next generation and the children?
Such a great question. So the reason why, we say unlock, your thoughts, your child's thoughts is because it all begins right here. From the moment you wake up, from the moment you go to sleep. It's this thing that is driving your day. And I
Mm.
heard a quote the other day, and it was so simple, but so powerful. And it was, the way you live your day is the way you live your life. And I was just like, it's so true. What does your routines look like? What are you telling yourself every day? How are you treating other people every day? Look down 5 years down the line and you'll know exactly where you'll end up. You'll either stay the exact same or you're going to get through so much growth. Like Miss Raymonda has in her story, which I've heard, it's because of how she led her days. And so the whole point with our youth and our children is teaching them that the battle, because it is a battle, and I think we like to scare away from that, but I could be pretty raw because I want to tell children the truth, right? Is the battle starts in the mind. I'm not good enough. Delete, delete that. Because right up here is a program, it's a computer. And so you can program it and wire it to be the way you want it to. And we can do the same for our children. So by sharing this with them and letting them realize, because they're not learning this in school. I don't even know why, but they're not learning this stuff in school. So the children that do with me, either through my nonprofit or through my coaching business, is that's where I begin with helping them realize that it all starts here, and now we need to start wiring it for greatness, for their full potential. So that means sharing with them, okay, who are you? Who are you? And as a Christian life coach, whose are you? It's the identity. It starts
Mhm.
with knowing your identity, discovering who you are, right? Who you are and whose you are. And so by learning your identity, you get this sense of confidence because we know who you are. So you stand firm on that confidence, and nothing can shake that foundation because you know who you are. So it's getting to the point of wiring your thoughts to be like, I am good enough. I am the best. From I don't know. I'm not capable. I'm not smart enough. And we all have those thoughts because we have an enemy that comes to kill, steal, and destroy. They don't want to see us thrive. He doesn't want to see us thrive. He just he doesn't. But we're meant to. And that's why persons like Raymonda and myself who've gone through the struggle and through the growth spurt to then teach these things to others. And so that's one of the ways of how you unlock your thoughts is knowing your identity. And then full potential, again, as a Christian life coach, is um, it comes from knowing your identity, knowing who you are, and letting the strength of Christ lead your life. Because, like I was saying in my story, I was just a young person. Like, why me? Like, why are you calling me? But that's the whole point. God wants to use your weakness to make you strong. So just imagine there's you, this like normal human being, trying to get the work done, trying to change lives. But then there's God, and then he gives his power to you, and you're just like, oh. So full potential, unlocking that is first unlocking that relationship that you have with Christ and letting him reign in your life. And then we see the magic, and then we see the action, and it is just mind-blowing, and it spurts this freedom that you can't explain. So imagine we can get our young people from such a young age to unlock their thoughts, the greatest battle we have in this life, and then lock their full potential. Oh my gosh. All those years at the beginning of this conversation when I was saying the world that we can create if we start with the seed, which is our young people. Oh man. Oh man. We,
Yeah.
nothing to worry about, you
I
know.
agree, and I see your passion. I see your commitment and passion through, just through your spoken word of helping them find that core essence. And as you say, just helping them find who they are. If you can find who you are while you are here on this planet right now, what's your purpose? You could change the world and look at
Yeah.
yourself and so many other people who have dedicated their lives to creating change, lasting change such as this at such a grassroots level. And it's just so, so inspiring. Um, Bajing, you are one of our speakers for the Women Thrive Summit, which is the women empowerment event of the
Yay!
year.
So
It's
excited.
our annual women empowerment event, but actually, Bajing is talking about something. Well, not necessarily just for women. What is your talk about?
You think they're ready to hear it? I'll tell them. So, my talk is on parenting tomorrow's superheroes,
Wow.
raising authentic and confident children.
Wow. Tomorrow's superheroes. I think we're ready to hear this because we need this. We need this information to get out into the world.
Yes.
Oh, why should people attend it?
you know, so I took a different angle to this woman empowerment movement. As a woman, I decided to focus on our children. And so if you are a mother and you're just trying to figure out what is going on with my child, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing? All that stuff. And then I would encourage you to come to my talk because there's some things that you may have heard before, but things don't hit until it hits. And so with fun and laughter and energy and passion, you guys will come into my talk and we'll dialogue together on raising authentic and confident children. Because, like Raymond and I both agree, it's not about us. It's not about us. We're here to help you. And as a mother, I want to help you help your child. So let's do it. Come here. I'm ready for you. And let the fireworks happen. I'm so excited. Yes.
Oh my God, I can't wait because your talk is going to be so much fun. And throughout this whole week, I mean, we just begun in Women History Month, which happens throughout the month of March. And there's so many things we can do, but this talk specifically, I think, is going to really help, as I say, to make that change from the grassroots of our society, which is so, so powerful. And as we're talking about women empowerment, we got to start with our youth as well. And, if mothers are more equipped and aware of change the world, I think it's such an important topic. So, for those of you who don't know yet what Women Thrive is, so Women Thrive is our annual women empowerment event that happens every March. This year, wait for it, we have over 55 speakers. It's amazing. We started 47, but we have had some amazing headline speakers who just joined, some special guests. We got some panels going on. This is a whole week event. It's live and it's virtual. So that means you can join from anywhere in the world. And some of the topics that you can learn through this summit and meet amazing, phenomenal, inspiring leaders, women from all around the world. Some of the things you can learn about is passion, purpose, confidence building, mindset, healing, as well as business related topics to help you get more visible, to create more successful business, create marketing and visibility, finance, as well as some spiritual talks as well. So there is an array of speakers for you to choose from. And with the speakers, you get to interact because all of this is happening live and virtual. So actually, you'll get to experience the magic. It's not pre recorded because I believe true magic happens when there is a two-way conversation. So we invite you to be part of this conversation, part of this global movement, and save your spot. It is a free event. So we really have no excuses not to be there. So do make sure you save your spot at the Women Thrive Summit. Beijing is going to be there as a guest. Yes.
Yay!
And deliver an amazing session. So if you have any questions, let us know in the chat. We're only here for a few more minutes. Beijing, how can people get in touch with you? What's the best way to follow up with you?
Such a great question. So, best way is through Instagram. You can follow me at Coaching with Beijing. Send me a DM about anything. And then, if you would like to follow my personal life, which is super fun and exciting and wild, you can follow me at Beijing.Rodgers. And it's just every day is just a ball of inspiration about how I'm actually living my life. And I do what I preach, right? I would suggest no one should follow anyone if they're not doing what they're preaching. I show that through my Instagram stories and through my posts. And those are some ways. And if you want to go more formal, through email, same thing, hello at coachingwithbeijing.com. And for those of you who are not on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook as well at Coaching with Beijing. So just remember, Coaching with Beijing.
I love that.
And you'll
Wow.
be good. You'll find me.
I hope we get to visit the island of Bahamas one day and get to experience it all in person, to meet you in person, and just, yeah.
Please.
Oh, it would be so amazing just to see you doing what you're doing. And I know you take part in so many beautiful initiatives and events and involved yourself in the travel industry and do things actually on the ground with these children, which is epic and phenomenal. Any last parting thoughts for words of inspiration that you want to share with our audience today?
Yeah. I would say, I would just reiterate what was said, and it is we have a generation that is growing up that is so lost, hopeless, and helpless. They don't know who to turn to, where to go. And if you're a mother, a parent watching this, then
Mm.
I would say you're not alone. Oh my goodness, you are not alone and you are not a failure. I'm just going to repeat that one more time. You are not alone and you are not a failure. Help is not weakness, help is strength because it takes a village to raise a remarkable child. And I don't know about you, it took a village to raise me. I couldn't be here speaking with Raymonda, this global Mongol, if I didn't have a village to get me right here. So you got this. For help. There are people willing and waiting to help you raise a remarkable child.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to have you on our platform. So proud of what you're doing. Proud to have you part of our community and our speaker circle. And I just hope we can continue doing so much more in this world together and with the support of our audience as well. And dedication, contribution, staying with us to
Yeah.
hear what it is that we got to say. Because I think when we get together in these powerful circles, like the events that we do on an annual basis, this is our opportunity to have these very important life changing conversations. And then we can
Yes.
go off to do our life changing work around the world.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. You just ignited a fire at this early morning here where I am, and I'm going to keep this fire going. Thank you so much for your vision and who you are and your mentorship. What a blessing, and how you're changing lives and bringing me into the fold. Seeing something in me and bringing me into the fold means the world, Raymonda. So I'm sorry, but you're stuck with me, and I hope that's okay.
It's more than okay, and I hope we get to meet somewhere globally as I am in Europe and you're out in the Caribbean. But
Yes.
hey, this is just world is becoming smaller and smaller every day.
Tell me about it. Yes.
Yes, but we still got a lot of work to do. So let's stay committed to our, our work, our passion work, our purpose work to changing the world. And my goal is to really see the world a better place. And if it's just one person at a time, one, little human being at a time, if we
Yes.
can make that difference, if we can just inspire one person with this conversation today to say, hey, we've got important work to do. And we really do. And we need your help as well.
Yes.
So I need your help. I'm going to ask you a favor. If you have
Yes.
enjoyed this conversation, share this live. Share this conversation with other people. Share it with the world. Let them know that there is this amazing woman called Coach Bashin who is doing phenomenal work. Just share it with the world. Let them know that we've got amazing projects going on right now. Some amazing events happening for women. Let's do this work together. Let's create a big, powerful village where we can raise much more empowered, confident, and authentic youths of tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, such a pleasure. I could be here all day and I want to give you a virtual hug.
I know. Virtual hug, virtual hug. I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on another live today. We got actually quite a few lives going on. So, again, just stay tuned. Catch some of the previous lives that we've done with some other amazing speakers and share this with the world. We really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye, Vision.
Bye. Thank you.